Good morning, Manuel.
Good morning, Gloria. Thank you again for having me on. And unfortunately, what I've uncovered now is women being killed from Brazilian butt lifts and plastic surgeries.
Wait a minute. Stop. Okay, women are dying in order to look better?
No, they are being killed in order to look better. They're being killed in New York and in other states, New Jersey and so forth. There's a clinic called Goals, Goals. Again, the name of this clinic is called Goals, Goals, okay? And what they do is they offer women Brazilian butt lifts, liposuction, plastic surgery. And I've come across a couple of cases, and one of them was a mother called Miss Nancy Negron, whose daughter was recently killed, Samantha Santana. The article was featured in the New York Post and Marie Claire. Another girl was also killed there, Miss McIntosh, a young black woman from the Bronx. So the thing about this clinic is that they offer women liposuction and butt lifts for about $7,300 when the actual procedure costs between $12,000 and $25,000. The problem with this clinic, Gloria, is that they don't use board-certified doctors for plastic surgery, one. Two, they don't use anesthesiologists. So they're doing these surgeries with the woman awake, giving them oxycodone, Xanax, and fentanyl. So these women are actually wide awake seeing what's going on. So they're numbing them. And the reason why they don't use anesthesiologists is because they save money. So they're offering women bargain basement surgeries at $7,000 to try to make them look like Cardi B or Jennifer Lopez. And then what's happening is they're killing them. So we've got already 3 deaths, and I'm sorry, I'm calling it what it is. Murders, medical murders. These 3 women were found all dead with the same reason. Their bodies were overloaded with oxycodone, Xanax, and fentanyl. Okay? All 3 of these women suffered mild complications with the Brazilian butt lifts. And these are beautiful young women that they're doing this to. These are women, nowadays, a lot of women having self-esteem issues. And this is sad. But what's even more sad is that the doctors of this clinic, one of them is a lady, and her name is Ella, and she's the one that masterminds this clinic, turns around and gets arrested for stealing $57 million from Holocaust victims to open this clinic. Let me say that again. She was in jail, just recently got out for stealing money from the Holocaust victims, and now takes that money with her husband and opens up these clinics. Now it gets even worse, Gloria. The doctors doing these surgeries, they're dentists, they're pediatricians. These are not even board-certified surgeons for plastic surgery. How the heck is this house of horrors and these Frankensteins operating in New York? And then it gets even more scarier. They have an office in Brooklyn, 100 Livingston Street. They have an office in New Jersey, 305 Broad Street, in Ridgefield, New Jersey. They have a new office in the Bronx, in the North Bronx, on 174th Street and 205. So it's 174th Street, 174 East 205th Street in the Bronx. And then they have an office in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, the 3 deaths that happened in Manhattan, the office just got closed. It was at 250 West 131st Street, Gloria. Now, the office was closed because of these 3 deaths. But when you go online and you look in the New York Post and the Marie Claire, just type in Santana or Goals, okay? You type in Samantha Santana and her name will come up and you'll see the story on this clinic, okay? And the problem is that they lost the license in New York, some of these doctors, for these murders, because that's what I'm calling them, because that's what they are, because they're not trained and they're doing these surgeries. And now they're operating out of Ridgefield, New Jersey. How do you have a dentist doing plastic surgery on women? And then they target young black women young minorities, young middle class people offering surgeries, bargain basement prices, when an actual surgery like this costs about $25,000. And then what's even worse, Gloria, they're not even using anesthesiologists just to save money. I'm blown away, Gloria. I mean, it's sad that you can do this in New York and then after you lose your license and then go to New Jersey and open up the same damn clinic. This is disgusting. And I hope everybody who knows anybody out there knows to stay away from Goals. GOALS.
Well, you've said so much, and I if you have a chance, and our listeners,
sure.
Marie Claire, as was pointed out, Marie Claire is a reputable magazine, women's magazine. MARIE Claire, CLARE.com. You can go on and read the article of one young woman in Harlem in 2018 who had this procedure done in a windowless basement.
Yep.
And so she said she was given Xanax and other pills, and there was no anesthesiologist. All that we're talking about here is allegedly, of course, because, the license were lost and people are moving from here to there. But this clinic is under investigation, GOALS, goals, as in your goal is to look gorgeous. And yet people are putting their lives on the line because this is some discount treatment that they're receiving, and the discount treatment could lead to their deaths.
And the problem is, they're not leading. They are the cause of their deaths, because all three of these women all died from the overdose of this medicine. So what they did was, since they didn't put them under anesthesia, they overloaded them with these medicines. And then they overloaded their body so much that their hearts failed. And all three women, when they did the toxicology report, all came up with the same cause of death. Okay? But what kills me is that you have Ella Boston, who serves 3 years in federal jail for stealing money, for defrauding Holocaust victims, opening up plastic surgery shops throughout New York. And then when you look at their signed goals, it's two beautiful black women, sexy black women, okay? And then they're showing that this is how you can look, okay? And that's on their sign. You'll see it. And again, the prices that they put target low-income people, okay? And that's the sad thing. A lot of people don't know, Gloria, that the most dangerous cosmetic surgery is BBL, Brazilian butt lift. All right? It is one of the most dangerous surgeries because women do die from this. Okay? It's just that everybody wants to look like, Cardi B or Beyonce or Kim Kardashian. And the problem is that they're putting their lives on the line. Before you go out there and get one of these plastic surgeries, please do your homework. Please make sure that the clinic you're going to are board-certified plastic surgeons. Goals, GOALS, are not board-certified plastic surgeons. Look it up, America.
And I want to, I want to go back to something that was said earlier, because some people are probably reeling from all this information. So, Vas Krasinskis, V as in victory, OSKRESENSKIY. That is the last name, Vas Krasinskis. And this is a story that this sounds fantastic, but it's real. And in 2011, the FBI arrested the wife, Ella, conspiracy to defraud the claims conference of $57.3 million. And in an FBI court disposition, one lawyer testified that Ella had made fraud a full-time job. So this is a husband and wife team running this, Goals. And she pled guilty to fraud in 2013 and served a federal prison sentence for 36 months, a fraction of the maximum 40-year sentence she faced. And the claims conference money, that is the money that is set aside for Holocaust victims, reparations money. That's what it is. And so now we have the doctor, the husband, Voskresinski, who then goes into this area of plastic surgery. And as was pointed out, he trained as a pediatrician and now opened an office for cosmetic surgery. And this is a very prime area where Americans have spent over $15 billion in cosmetic procedures, and he wanted to get a cut of the pie. And so here we now have lawsuits against him, but a lawsuit gets damages. We're talking about people dying, getting these, augmentations. And they're in the basements. They're in windowless, storefronts. This is being operated like the abortion clinics used to be and probably will be soon in a very similar fashion. And this man now is, you're telling me he's taken his torture chamber on the road. So we have them still in New York. Then who are the doctors who are doing this in New York who still have licenses? And you're saying that he's in New Jersey? This has become so terrifying.
And well, he's got dentists. And let me say that again. Dentists doing these procedures. They're not plastic surgeons. They're dentists. He's pediatricians. They're not plastic surgeons. They're not board certified. And let me say that again. Not only that, but then after they do the surgery on these women who are awake during the surgery, they put them in a waiting room, Gloria, for about 15 minutes, and then they kick them out. So here you are, stoned out of your mind from fentanyl, Xanax, okay, and oxycodone after just having surgery, and you're kicked out. It's a factory. It's insane.
It's a fact, but I also here's the legal part of it. Here's the legal loophole. Because it's cosmetic surgery, medical doctors of some sort, and I guess, many people have stretched this medical doctors, title to include chiropractors, dentists, all these other people. But it's it's always a bonus if they have this specialized certification and specialized training, but it's not required for cosmetic surgeries of certain types. So they're falling within this loophole of being able to do these types of procedures without having the requisite training of those we assume should have it in order to go into a human body at this level.
You're right. And that is the loophole. And then there's another loophole. When these doctors have already killed, and I'm sorry, I didn't say allegedly, but allegedly killed these 3 girls. All 3 girls died from the same overdose of medicine administered by these clinics, okay? They now lose their license in New York, but they're allowed to go to another state and reopen up with a license again. How is that humanly possible? And because of Samantha Santana, now I'm writing legislation, okay, that's going to change that, to take away their right. So I can lobby to fight so that when you lose your license for medical negligence, for killing someone medically because you don't know what you're doing, you should not get your license in another state to do the same thing. And this
so we have, and these are all allegations. Where these are allegations, allegedly, we have a Dr. Voskin. V as in victory, Oskin, Dr. Voskin. And this is a Brooklyn office. And this Brooklyn office is also doing these types of procedures. And but we know we are down to our last moments, but you need to know a board certified plastic surgeon trains for 6 to 8 years at accredited institutions, must pass extensive oral and written exams, and continually be certified. So when you're putting your life, and we have friends and friends of friends who are in the situation in which these people are making money off of someone. So they're going to be going to these offices, and you usually go to the office when you go to your doctor and you see their diplomas on the wall, you see where they've been trained and how they have their own accreditations. We're talking about basements, we're talking about places that are storefronts that are being tossed together, unsanitary conditions, in order for people to achieve a level of vanity that even if they live, they could be marked, scarred for life, that their bodies will be in constant pain and agony, and that they are now hoping to look better and end up looking marred, and now having to spend even more money to try to undo the damage that's been done in these places.
It's appalling. And not only that, but you know what else they do? They video record the surgeries. One of the girls' deaths is on video. It's on video of her being wide awake and in pain and in agony through this whole process. It's on video. I mean, people, please go online, Goals, GOALS, surgery, and you will see the 2 news articles come up on it. And you go on YouTube and you'll see videos of people that have been maimed and injured by these people. I ask everyone, buyer beware. Stay away from these Frankenstein doctors. I mean, God made you beautiful the way you are. Trust me, all women and all people are a diamond. Cherish the way you look. You don't need to change it. And if a man tells you you need to improve on it, then the hell with him. You go and be with someone else, because every person is beautiful and every person is a diamond. And that's why God created us differently, to love all our perfections and our imperfections. Women, keep your self-esteem up. Don't keep on trying to change yourself for anyone. Amen. If anybody needs me, I'm at 347-867-6242. 347-867-6242. If you've been injured by these doctors, please call me and I will get you the help and get you the lawyers that will bring you justice. And if not, I will bring you justice. Again.
And so once again, I want to follow up very quickly, because we're down to our last minute. We never figured out what happened in Pennsylvania. In the end, how did that get resolved? The case in which that state trooper had gone out and decided to run your plates, and we were looking for a lawyer for the young man who was being harassed. Very quickly, what happened with that?
Well, the state trooper now is under investigation for internal affairs. He has now multiple complaints for corruption and for violating people's rights and witness intimidation and for intimidating women. So he's under scrutiny right now. I've actually been contacted by Internal Affairs for the state police in Pennsylvania. And now my client also has a lawyer and is doing well. And he has a very valid case in the Court of Appeals to overturn the corruption and the racial activities that occurred during his case, because they prevented him from showing all the evidence. So I look forward to seeing him being vindicated within the next couple of months. Amen. So, and I want to say thank you for you, Gloria, for exposing it and helping put out there. I think Law of the Land and WBAI is a beautiful resource that we all need to back and support. We need radio stations. We need talk show hosts like Gloria that are not afraid to speak the truth and put it out there. People support this agency, support WBAI, support Law of the Land, because you know what? She brings about awareness in a time of injustice and in time of ignorance. And it's things like what she's bringing today, from the first half of the show to going to Brazilian butt lifts. Who else does that than Gloria Marshall? Okay? Who else does that? We need to expose this type of injustices and support Law of the Land and WBAI. I just want to say again, thank you, Gloria, as always. And if anybody out there needs help, if it's criminal or these surgeons, damaging you permanently, please call me at 347-867-6242 at Black Ops Prime Investigators. Again, as always, Gloria, I'm always here for you if you ever need me. And may God bless all of you out there. And remember, you're all beautiful.
Thank you, my brother Manuel.